One.
Hello Ishansh. So this is phase 2 Viva. Right? Here I am going to check your knowledge and understanding about the New Zealand Standard 3910-2023 process. Right? So I am going to ask you a series of questions. You can give simple, relevant, practical answers for these questions. Right? So is it clear for you?
Yes.
So with New Zealand Standard 3910-2023 process you have reference in your report.
Sir, in my report I have reference clause 9.1, sir, which is for variations permitted,
Okay.
and clause 10.4 for the practical completion certificate of the project.
9.1 is the variation permitted and 10.4 is the practical completion certificate, right?
Yes.
So why did you select these two clauses?
Sir, because in my project there are more chances of variations arising, so I chose the 9.1 clause, so which will permit the engineer
Yes.
to provide a clear changes in the project.
Yes.
And 10.4 states that clause 10.4 states that a project is ready to occupy and
Yes.
it is complete.
Good. So briefly, can you tell me that what is the main purpose or intent of these clauses?
Sir, clause 9.1 helps engineers to instruct or mention some changes, quantities adjustment or the design modifications while keeping the contractual obligations. And the 10.4 ensures that the engineers provides a practical completion certificate when all the work is done, so which helps in transferring the responsibilities to the contractors for the defect periods.
So can you tell me that briefly how do these clauses, right, support your recommended contract type and the procurement method? Can you remind that your procurement method in your project and the contract type?
Yes.
And how do these clauses support for this recommended contract type and procurement method?
Sir, my procurement method is traditional procurement method. So my clauses, as in traditional ones, my clause 9.1 gives engineers more strong control over the design and the contractor obligations or the responsibilities. So I use the 9.1, and for my ridge measurement contract, as I told earlier that there are variation chances more. So 9.1 helps in clearing out all the variations, and those variations are permitted and valued fairly. And by 10.4 it supports the engineer to provide the project completion so that it is safe to occupy.
The engineer can understand it is substantially complete, right? So give me briefly how would these clauses apply to your specific project scenario? You have mentioned previous as well, but how would these clauses apply to your specific project scenario, like claims, time extension wise, and quality wise, quality concern wise? Any idea?
Sir, in clause 9.1, it would apply when there is, for example, if there is excavation needed more than the original stuff, so we will mention that in the variation, and the engineer will get the permitted for it. And in clause 10.4, it applies when the building is completed and it is ready to hand over.
So now in this project, in this report, you are engaging with the ACTS misuse building project. Give me one practical application example from these clauses, right? Or you can select any one of these clauses to provide the practical example by taking the ACTS misuse building project or by taking the construction stage of this project. Tell me the one practical example.
Sir, by applying these clauses, so for example, if there is any changes in the concrete beams,
like during the construction stage,
we need to add more beams. So first, clause 9.1 enables us to allow for that variations. The measurements will be taken again, and the variation will be permitted.
Something like you mentioned, like during the construction stage, the design change coming from the engineer side or the consultant side or the client side. So you as a contractor, the 9.1 clause guide you to identify whether this is the variation or not, right? Is this extra work, additional work, right? Material change, quantity adjustment. So then you can decide this. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.